I'm gonna try. Work till I die. I'm gonna fail and get up, 'cause I'm not giving up on my dream.
Hi my lovely Frosty fam, it's me, Karen Frost, here at Nail Decadence. Happy New Year. Well, it's not been a real Happy New Year. I'm in London in the UK and we are in full lockdown. We're back to where we were last year in March. Yeah, it's a bit pants. Well, it's more than a bit pants, it's total pants. But we've got to plod along and do what we can. I've had a few hiccups and hardships, and the start to the new year was not great. I won't get into it, but needless to say, I've had a lot to deal with. Hence the lack of videos the last month or two. But I'm going to try and push through and get some more content out for you. So let's discuss what we're doing in this video and change the subject completely, shall we? So I'm showing you, as usual, what I will be using in this video, and I'm using mostly SBD London products, as you can see, using the dual forms with the SBD London Signature Gel, which is a polygel type product, and that slip solution smells divine. It smells like baby powder and it lasts for a good 2-3 weeks on your nails. It's amazing. So yeah, you can see my nails. I'm wearing the Signature Gel in this video on my nails. It's lovely stuff. Anywho, so this is going to be a bit more of a detailed video on how to do dual forms, and as you can see, first thing I do is size up the dual forms. So they need to be just slightly bigger than the actual nail to allow space for the product to go into the well of the dual forms and be able to reach the side walls when you push it down, to reach the side walls of both sides of the nail. So as you can see, I'm making sure it's a couple of millimeters or a millimeter or two bigger than the nail plate itself. So you'll see it's got when you push it down, it's got a hangover over the edges. Otherwise there's no room for the product to go and it will be too thin. So I've done a freeze frame there to sort of show you how much bigger than the nail it needs to be. Can you see that? It's got to go sidewall to sidewall, but over sidewall to sidewall, if that makes sense. These are colours I'm going to be using. It's a really, really pretty pink. Lovely pink. And this is the Signature Gel. So that's my slip solution. And there's my gel brush for SBD London. The spatula comes with the set. This is the trial set. I will leave a link to SBD London's website in the description box. So if you would like to purchase any of these products, do head on over. It's really reasonably priced. My previous video on SBD London Signature Gel shows the pricing and whatnot, but yeah, it's really reasonably priced. You do have to be in training or a practicing nail tech, so you do have to show some kind of certification to be able to buy, because these are professional products only. Sorry for those that aren't certified yet. Or aren't certified at all, because you can if you're in training. If you've got a receipt for your training, you can use that as proof. So yeah, if you're in training, it's fine. If you're a professional, it's fine. It's just basic home users without any certifications at all or training, yeah, they can't purchase. But anyway, I'm just showing you there how much product is in the dual form. You can see I haven't made it too thick, because it's got to fit over the nail plate, sidewall to sidewall. So I'm just gently pushing it down, and there, once I've got it fitted sidewall to sidewall, I'll flash cure the top for 10 seconds, then I'll turn it over, and then I'll use my brush and a bit of the slip solution to clean up the underside. so that it doesn't bulge out and look untidy, unlike what I did on my own nails. So this way there's no cleanup underneath. I won't have to file underneath to shape it up or anything like I did when I did mine, because I'm a wally. But yeah, this time I remembered to flash cure the underside. So flash cured that, and I will move on to the next nail. Now you can see I'm just using a finger stand, and I'm just using blue tack to hold the jewel form in place. I found this works really well, and you don't end up with product all over your fingers, which you don't want anyway. You know, you don't want product on your skin, because uncured product on the skin can cause allergies, and we don't want that. And these products are made for nails, not for skin, so you need to avoid skin contact as much as possible. So I've placed a bead of the signature gel. This is the white one, and I am just using my slip solution and my brush to pat it out. Now you need to keep the cuticle area really thin and push the product down as long as you want the nail to go, of course, but you need to make this side walls slightly thinner than the middle area. And like I said, keep the cuticle area nice and thin, so that you don't have a huge step, a ledge by the cuticle area when you remove the jewel form. It will need some shaping up afterwards, but as long as you keep it thin, it won't need too much. So just keep it thin in the side walls, cuticle area, like I said. And as you can see, I'm making sure it's nice and curved like a nail should be, so just pay attention to that. And you can see I've not filled it up all the way or anything. There's room for the there we go, I'm just showing you side angle of how much product is in there, so that there's room for the nail to actually fit in the into the jewel form with the product, and it still be able to reach sidewall to sidewall. And as you can see, I'm just pushing it down, making sure it's reached sidewall to sidewall. And once I have got it where I want it, and then that it's straight, you do want to make sure it's straight, you don't want a wonky nail. Flash cure that in place for 10 seconds again. And again, we'll turn the finger over and tidy up the underside, and then flash cure that. So again, I'm using a bit of the slip solution with my gel 4 brush, and just tidying that up, making sure it's nice and neat, so I don't have to do any filing of the underside of that nail at all. Now when you're using the slip solution, you don't want to just dip it in and go straight onto the product. What you want to do is dip your brush into the slip solution, tap it on the side of your dish, and then tap it on some kitchen roll to just remove the excess, so that the brush isn't totally dripping, and it just needs to be damp, not dripping, if you know what I mean. So yeah, just tap off some of the excess liquid. We don't want to use loads, because it will make the signature gel, that's really hard to say that 3 times fast. It will make the signature gel a bit runny, if that makes sense. It kind of makes it more squishy, more smooshy. So yeah, don't overdo it with the slip solution. You don't want the product to not have good structure. You don't want to interfere with, by putting too much slip solution, you can make the product weaker, is what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way. I don't know why I didn't just say that in the first place, but oh well. So same again on this finger. I have used the pink, which is gorgeous. Fill the jewel form, make sure it's nice and neat, get that on the nail, sidewall to sidewall, flash cure it, turn it over, and then tidy up the underside using that brush to pat and press and make it nice and neat and rounded on the underside, like a nail should be. There we go, so that it goes in a curve from sidewall to sidewall. You do want a nice curve on your nail. It looks aesthetically pleasing, but it's also a strength factor. Curves are stronger than flat shapes, so yeah, just bear that in mind. flash cure that. I'm sorry if I sound a bit bungy. I've got a bit of a cold at the moment, so do excuse my... I'm having trouble breathing through my nose, so just sorry about that. There's nothing I can do about it. It is what it is, and I didn't want to wait any longer before I did this voiceover for you, because it's been far too long. So whilst I'm carrying on doing the same thing on this nail, dual form, filling that in with the signature gel, how are you? Let's have a chat, shall we? How are you doing? How are you doing? How's your health? How's your mental health? How's your, body health? Are you okay? Are you not okay? Is your family and friends, are your family and friends okay? Are they not okay? Anyone needs an ear to bend? Feel free to contact me. Especially with lockdown coming back in, mental health is extremely important, and it's in these times where mental health is severely affected for a lot of people, and it's nothing to be ashamed about. So please talk to your friends and family. Don't hold it all in. If you're feeling down and upset and anxious, and please talk to someone. It's a hard thing we're all going through with this virus and lockdowns and uncertainty and fear. It's a lot, and obviously being told you have to stay in your house, that you can't visit your family and friends, and they can't visit you. We're back to that again. You can't hug people, you can't touch people. It's hard. So please look after yourselves, and if anyone needs a friend or just someone to talk to, I'm here for any of you. Obviously, if you just want to have a little chit chat in the comment section about the nails, I'm quite happy to talk to you there too. So just take care of yourselves, okay? It's hard. I know it's hard. I'm struggling, and I'm quite happy to admit that. And I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I'm not going to lie. There's no point. I'm not embarrassed. It is what it is. And I'm by no means the only person that is struggling physically, mentally, emotionally, everything. So, yeah. Oh, you saw my SBD London lamp. Did you see it? Oh, isn't it pretty? Sorry, I get easily distracted. Just change the subject just like that. What am I like? Anyway, we'll just carry on with the video. So, the white wasn't quite cured enough for me to remove the dual form. So, I'm going to put it back in the lamp. I did remember, I think I remembered in the last video to say that because the white is so opaque, it is really, really opaque, you will need to double cure or even triple cure just to be on the safe side. I double cured and it was fine, but it will depend on how thick you apply the product. So I double cured it and it was fine, but you, depending on your lamp, I'm using the SBD London one, opaque colours are just, it's hard for the light to penetrate through all the layers of it, so that's why you need to double cure them. Now I do the same with any brand of gel polish or anything else, and anything that is opaque that needs curing will be double cured. Like when I do glittering with the sugar in, with the glitter, you sprinkle it on top, I double cure those because the glitter is preventing the light from easily penetrating through to the gel product underneath. So just bear that in mind when you're using something that is really opaque that needs curing. Do double or triple even cure, just to be on the safe side if you're not sure. But you will be able to tap it, and if you get that kind of tap, then you'll know that the product is cured. If you get like a dull thud, that's definitely uncured product. So you will know whether it's cured or not, and it was obviously by the hardness of it. Are you able to dent it in any way? If you are able to dent it in any way, then it's not cured enough. So Just bear that in mind. So I'm adding, as you can see whilst I've been waffling on, I'm adding a bit more product to the little finger. It was a little bit thin, and so yeah, I just filed it a little bit, buffed it so that the new product could stick to the old product, because when you remove the dual forms it's quite shiny, and shiny surfaces are hard to stick to. So I just filed it a little bit just to make sure that the next layer of product would adhere correctly and thoroughly to the previous layer of product. And then I cured that for 60 seconds, and now I'm removing the tacky layer. So remove the tacky layer from underneath all the nails. The top doesn't need tacky layer removed, and because it was inside of the dual form and no air could get to it, there's no tacky layer on the top, but you will have a tacky layer on the underneath of the nail. So do remember to remove the tacky layer from the underside of the nail. So now we're into filing and shaping. So I just need to sort out that little finger because, as you saw, I added more product to it. So first things first, sidewall, free edge. That's the filing routine I'm using in this video. If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that I have a filing routine depending on how my hands are feeling that day. Sometimes I do the cuticle area first, sometimes I do the free edge first. It all depends on my mood and how my hands are feeling, but whatever method I use, I will use on all fingers. So if I'm using the cuticle first type method, I will use that on all the fingers. I won't just switch between sidewall first and then cuticle first on the other finger and switch between. No, for the sake of continuity and to get your nails as even as possible and looking what's the word I need a word to get the nails looking more uniform. You need to use the same filing routine on all the nails, so that, yeah, that's where you get your uniformity from. So if you want nails that don't look odd and are all different shapes, then stick to one routine for that whole set, is what I'm trying to say. As usual, I've gone around the houses, down the street and through a lake, and then back again to just say cross the road. Oh, welcome to the world of my brain. Yes, it's a complicated place. Anyway, what you can see me nipping off there, it's just the nail guard. I use a sticky nail guard thing on the base layer of the nail so that I can just peel these nails off once I'm finished and then put a new nail guard on and do a new set that way. This is not the slide-in tips hand dolly. This is the old style. So this is not the one that is made anymore, where the tips are actually stuck on. The new one is slide-in tips. So just bear that in mind. And speaking of hand dolly, I do have a code. So if you are looking to buy a realistic silicone practice hand, head on to www.handdolly.co.uk and use my code KFGIFT if you would like to, that is, and you will get a discount on your order. That is an affiliate code, so I do get a couple of pennies for you using that code, but you don't have to use it if you don't want to, but if you do, just bear in mind it is an affiliate code. So, and if you do use it, thank you ever so much. Thank you, because every penny goes back into equipment for the channel and products for the channel. So it's all going back into this channel. So you are helping to support me. So thank you ever so much. Obviously, you're not supporting me as in living wise, because there is not enough money for that by any means necessary, but yeah, it does help go towards bits and bobs that I can use to make videos. So thank you. Anyway, so I'm just, as you saw, I only filed the side walls and a bit around the cuticle area, and I'm just using the buffer to do the rest because the dual form, that's the whole purpose of the dual form. is that you don't have to do much filing afterwards. You just need to buff it so that your top coat or gel polish will stick to the nails. That's the only reason why you need to file the top of it. So once you've got your sidles nice and neat and your cuticle areas neat, you can just buff over the rest, not a problem, as you saw. And you can see the shape of the nails is looking really good with minimal filing. Well, minimal filing for me, because I am a file happy nail tech. I do go overboard with my filing. I'll admit it. I do get file happy and overfile a lot, but never mind. Anywho, so I'm using the SBD London Holo Pink glitter shimmer stuff. It's gorgeous. Oh gosh, and it comes with that little applicator. I'm also using some Sharpie pens. I've got my tempering top coat. I've also got some isopropyl alcohol in that bottle, and I'm also using my matte top coat. So first thing I will do for the designing of these nails, after I've removed all of the dust, is top coat with my matte top coat on this white nail, because this is going to be a Sharpie marble style nail. Haven't done one of these in a very long time. So cure that matte top coat for 60 seconds and then we are good to go. So I'm using a grey and a black Sharpie marker. Now you can just go straight in with the black, you don't need the grey. I just thought it might add a little bit of depth to the marble, if that, you know what I mean. So using just a cheap, what's it called, nail art brush, using some of that isopropyl alcohol or rubbing alcohol, whatever, which way you want to call it, just use that to tap along the Sharpie lines that you draw, and you'll see that it will thin it out, it will shift it, and it will kind of blend it and merge it, and it starts to look like a marble, and you're like, oh, this is cool. And you will see I am actually now putting on larger dollops. Oh, that's not the right word, is it? I'm sort of dropping isopropyl alcohol in places, and I'm going to leave that and let it dry, because I want to go back to it and do a bit more, but I want that first bit to dry. I hope I'm making sense. So I'm just going to top coat the other 3 nails whilst that alcohol is drying. So, lovely layer of top coat on that, and I'm going to just stick some of the silver leaf into that. As you can see, just using a little wax pencil to stick that on. Just random pieces, just for a little bit of something. And I'm just going to use that same brush I used with the isopropyl alcohol to just tap the silver leaf into the top coat nice and flat. Silver leaf is really thin. It's the same as gold leaf. It's so thin and delicate that you can just top coat over it and encapsulate it that way. So that's why I'm just putting it in the top coat to hold it in place, flash cure it. And like I said, that freezes it in place. It's not going to move anymore. And I'm going to use this pink Holo powder. Oh, it's gorgeous. So I'm just using the eyeshadow applicator that comes with it, and I'm just tapping it on, as you can see, just a small amount, just tapping it on the free edge, mostly on the free edge, and then a little bit towards the cuticle area, so it's a nice hollow fade. And once I've finished tapping it all on, I will use the clean side of the applicator to just rub over and remove any of the excess Holo pigment. And then I'm going to go back to the marble nail, and as you can see, I'm again dropping in some more isopropyl alcohol, and you'll see that marble starts to look much more like a marble. Can you see the difference now? It's really cool. And there's no right way or wrong way of how much you want to fade out your marble. Every marble is different, so yeah, just go by your own feeling of what marble looks good to you. I was fairly happy with that. I think I do go in a little bit more, but yeah, I think I do. This video was filmed a while ago, so I might be wrong, but you know, whatever. So I've got some lovely crystals. Oh no, I don't go in with any more. So no more alcohol on that. That's dried. So I'm using the SBD London Diamond Gel Pen, which is amazing. Absolutely wonderful. So I'm using some of those crystals. You saw the ones that I was using. These are all from SBD London too, as is the tool to pick it up, the diamond picker. That is also from SBD London. It's really nice. I'm just doing a little sort of tiara cuff type of thing around the cuticle area, just to get that a little bling, because we've got a bit of bling on the other ones. I thought I'd put some crystals on that one to just kind of tie it all in. And now it's time to top it off and keep it tough. Very, very best part. Yes, very best part. So I'm using the tempering top coat over that Holo. I'm using it on all the nails, I think, if I remember rightly. Yeah, so I'm going to use it around those crystals, not over them. We do not want to lose the facets. We do not want to lose the shine. So around the crystals, never over them with your top coat. Top coat the other nails. And you can see that Holo starting to come through now. And then we'll cure that for 60 seconds and then we are done. So, as we're at the end of the video, I've got some footage. Oh, I'm just showing you that see the sparkles from the Holo powder. It's on my brush, so I'm going to wipe my brush off on a lint-free wipe before I put it back in the bottle, so that I don't contaminate the rest of the top coat with glitter. Anyway, here is the finished set. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for returning to my channel. If you are new here, go ahead and click that subscribe button. If you have enjoyed this video, go ahead and click that like button for me if you wouldn't mind. It would help me out a great deal. And if you feel like it, you are welcome to leave me a comment. You know, you don't have to, but it'll be nice to talk to you. Anyway, that's all I've got for this time, peeps. You take care now, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Bye for now.